Hello everyone, MarcusWolfe here, welcoming you all back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. I really need to take a breath before I do this intro because that is a very long name. Much longer than Disco Elysium. Oh, last we left off, we did some more exploration. We met Larry Butts. God, this dude. I'm laughing, yes, but I'm also like, just... Boy, when you're a young teenager, like 12, 13 years old, you don't know some of the things that you read, and then as an adult, it's like, oh my god, Larry, are you serious? That flew over my head so hard, I'm sure, in 2004, 2005, when it's like, it's a special friend. That flew over my head so hard, I'm sure, and now it's like, oh god, you're just idiotic and a creep. Anyway, October 13th, 1936, 9:36 a.m. Hey, Nick. Yeah, Maya? What's wrong? Nothing, but do you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Master Moss Glossy I bought. What? Where did you buy this? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. A publicity photo of Masque de Masque. Okay. Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me. I did not know that was going to be evidence, so let me look at that more closely. Why? Why a publicity photo in court? I mean, in front of the courthouse. Why? It's weird. Weird. Anyway, yeah, that's most likely Ron. Who's screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but doesn't look like things are gonna get any less ugly for you. Because I did it, I'm the criminal, me! He's at it again. I sent a calling card to Lordly Taylor, I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you? Ugh! Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty, so make sure to give me a guilty verdict, please. Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour! Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Oh, leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Well, you see, the thief is actually, me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So, why are you smiling at me when you say that? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands that I need taken care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck! She's a tough woman, that's for sure. I'll be honest. I really don't know whether Ron is Master Mosque or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll just have to trust Desiree. I mean, it's true he doesn't have the sacred urn. Everything else we don't know. Just that he does not have the urn with him. Does that mean anything? Not necessarily, but... well, we work with what we got. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. Beg pardon, what did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't be expecting others. That's a rule to live by. I'm sorry, but who are you? I am Godot, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. He's the one that Detective Atmey was talking about. Yes, your reputation does precede you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? None. What? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost, and I've never won. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask in a court of law! Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks, either on our faces or over our hearts. That's actually quite philosophical and profound. Who is this man? I am so glad I went with that voice. For a moment, I was like, what voice do I give him? So I was like, yeah. I'm so glad I gave him that voice. Wow, this guy's the real deal, alright, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So, we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No. I don't know anyone that calls me Trite. Just, who is this man? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. Oh, that's clever, that's clever. Cause, for people who don't know, they'll think it's Godot or something, but pronounce it like this with the judge. Gobo is Godot, not Gobo. That's clever writing. It's not Gobo. Godot, Your Honor. Well, in any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement. Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I've only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. And what is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder, how much can you withstand before you and your case break in two? Well then, let us go ahead and hear from the first witness. This is going to be an interesting case. Voicing Godot is going to be interesting. Oh, hey, my name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know. That's all. So start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let us hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. I hope my voice is up to it, even though after like 3 days rest, I was training someone for an hour and a half, so my voice is still kinda shot. No! Master Mask's crimes. What? Master Mask is a master thief who first started his crime spree 6 months ago, pile. He's so confident that since calling up before he even commits a crime. Liz was his 5th heist, and as usual, sent a card to Lord the Tailor. Patterns always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're so sure it's Master Mask, sir. Fit his MO to a T. I had to add in that pal at the beginning because I needed to get my mind situated for his voice. For some reason, enunciating pile helps. So then the actual identity of this Master Mask is... Mr. Godot, what are you? We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. Now that is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. I have a cup of tea in my hands, and I just casually, nonchalantly did the same thing as Godot. If I had a camera, it's like, bonk. I just noticed that. Oh, I'm getting into character here with Godot for sure. Oh God, help me. Very well. I suppose it's only coffee. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the game, Your Honor. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you gonna do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Mosk who stole the urn. For now that is true. Yeah, one problem at a time. No one has said Ron Delight is Master Mosk, so for now, the crime. Well, Master Mosk is a master thief that first started his crime spree. Started his crime spree 6 months ago, pile. Boy, I'm sorry, Gumshoe. I am just killing your sentences. And have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Well, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pile. It's true. I'm a Zavadi, author on thieves. What? An author? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably meant authority. Why, the fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pile. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. Well, we need info, so let's ask? Cough cough? So, nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal. Yeah, except for me or the thief's mom, that is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? Oh, you don't mean Zavadi, do you? And who is this person? Zavadi. Sounds German. Well, sir, his name's actually Luke Atmey. Guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. What the hell? I guess he's not all that famous after all, even the judge doesn't know him. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be, then. Oh, it looks like the thief is torn with me even now. Anyway, he's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. And have you seen all these so-called calling cards? Of course I have. Except, well, the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So, I didn't see this particular one until after the crime occurred. That's because Detective Atmey stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature, but we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real? You can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Master Mosk's emblem. This was his fifth heist, and as usual, he sent a card to Lord Taylor. His fifth heist. And your fifth screw-up, right? Objection, pile! Well, not fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. You, of all people, shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. Look, I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something, straight up. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid old private eye. Call your local police right away, got me? Wow, looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atmey. I'll say. This pattern is always to go after the most precious art pieces. Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous tear of Lebanon. Oh, what's that? An especially salty teardrop. No, sir, it's a blue diamond. Single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongora, thing you put on your head. After that, the left hands of Hades, and... yes, the most recent before this portrait of Magina, sir. Detective Atmey retrieved the portrait and returned it to the museum. And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right? But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections. Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. That's kinda true, yeah. Kinda sticks out. Oh, that's why we're sure of Master Mask, sir. Fits with his MO to a T. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T, Detective? Well, I was thinking of asking the sign myself. Oh god, that was the judge. I gave him gumshoes. I wish you'd listen a little more closer, pile. Look, first of all, there's the calling card. Well, 100% it's authentic. And there's the fact he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions... That's right, it means that Master Mask is behind it. Nick, it definitely looks like it was Master Mask who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Master Mask. Yeah, but... Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Master Mask who did it... Maybe for the time being, I should be trying to show it wasn't Master Mask who did it. I suppose then that the best way to figure this out is his MO. His MO is to steal the most precious art pieces. The Tear of Eminon, the Left Hand of Hades, the Portrait of Aegina. I forgot what the fourth one was. Well, the fourth one was Portrait of Aegina, but that was another one, but you know what I mean. I'm wondering, is the urn precious? Ooh, excuse me. I choked on my tea, 1 second. I can't imagine the urn being precious. I mean, we all know it's broken. It doesn't say I'll be Faye, it says I am. So any appraiser worth their salt will be like, what the hell is this? No. I don't think it's that, you know, precious. Hello? Thank you. Oh, it says right there, no monitor. Yeah, I was right. But I was thinking like a little bit further out, it's like, it's broken, like, believably broken. Why? Can I ask you something, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, just letting you off, that was making me nervous, pile. You said that Master Mask always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? Oh, that's right. But then there's one problem here. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how could you say such a terrible thing? No, Maya, I meant from a financial standpoint. It wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn? The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean it in the worst sense possible. So in other words, it's not the kind of item that Master Mask would normally go after. So if I understand correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Master Mask? Yes, that's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Actually, all I did was point out a contradiction. The argument made itself, but... Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Master Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot? This coffee here, my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. What? If you're really a man, you should learn to clean up your own mess. I'm sorry, but I'm not understanding. If you're saying it wasn't Master Mask who stole this herb, then it must be someone imitating Master Mask's methods. In other words, a fake. A fake Damask? Fake Damask? That's so ridiculous. But I like it. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. Looks like I'm gonna have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact Fake Damask. Fake Damask? Why? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. How am I supposed to prove that? What is this photo? That's the campaign. How do you want me to prove that? The only evidence that we have that pertains to the exact moment of the crime is this security camera photo. I'm trying to remember what's on the photo. Yes, I know I can check it, but like I said, I'm trying to play it that I just play it once. I look at it once and then remember the details. Shoot. The thing I can think of is possibly a compare and contrast with this, the publicity photo. That maybe there's something wrong on this photo that doesn't match the publicity. And the reason I'm going there is because it's the only thing that is from that moment in time, at the time of the crime. I have nothing better to say, so let's try the security photo. The proof is right here, Your Honor. Well, oh! Okay, I see it. I see it now. Yep. Thank God I memorized the publicity photo, because I forgot the details on this clearly. Well, it looks like it's been taken by a security camera. Yes, but if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Huh. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what this peculiarity is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this picture is so peculiar. I don't know what to call it, but it's that neck piece. It's missing. It's in the publicity photo, but it's not here. It's right here, of course. You mean Master Mask himself? I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Wait, isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have for the security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest. Okay, it's a brooch. A large-ass brooch. A breach. Breach? That's how you pronounce it? I thought it was brooch. Okay, huh. A breach. Here! Oh, bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. Breach? I think he totally misheard, because brooch and breach aren't even close. And how is that breach is O-A? That's O, like a roach. Okay, it's just the judge being funny. That just confused me. It's like, what? Oh, I see, a clasp. Oh, I see it now. Wait, but the mask in the security photo. Oh, he don't have no brooch on. Why'd I say it that way? He don't have no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card, and it serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing one. In other words, this masked Damask is a fake. I'll have him fooled again! Order! It is true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked such a detail? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey now. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Okay, no, sorry. I am sorry. There have been a couple of times I wanted to do that, but I was refraining, but now I just couldn't help myself. It's like, duh. I had a crazy day at work. Allow me to have some fun by breaking into spontaneous song. If you're going to have a pity party, then invite me too. Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Huh. The brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this? Oh. That's Master Mosk's brooch. Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? Oh, I guess he means Ami Faye. Why did you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. Yes, this guy is one cool customer, Nick. So, it's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course, Your Honor. I'm referring to Ron Delight's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on that brooch? Oh dear. Well, Ron just got connected to this. So fast. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, let us see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her, would you? It appears to have been torn off of some clothing. I see some fibers on it. Just see here, there's a bit of cloth on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Oh no. Oh, Phoenix, we have a problem! The mask's brooch, found in the shadow of Ami Faye's statue. Looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Ha! You mess with Godot. You get burned. You've been playing me like a violin this whole time. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. What? You mean you told me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence, Detective. I think that's good enough. I don't sound good at all. Bailiff, please introduce the next witness to the courtroom. It's finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? Sounds like it. Oh, hello, sir. Bombastic. I was right. Next episode is bombastic. I'm glad I chose a calm voice for Godot now. It gives me a chance to rest. 1 second is one drip of the coffee pot. So let's hurry it up, why don't we? Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear to me now. What's clear? Bloody! The truth has once again been so elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that as well. Am I correct? Well, yes, that is right. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Luke Atmey, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens. Oh boy, these two sure would make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. Is that like a reference to The Odd Couple? Again, I was born in 91, but thanks to my mom, I was introduced to a lot of old shows, as old as the 50s from I Love Lucy, so... I know some of the... I know, like, some old stuff, despite only being 30. I'm old at heart, thanks to my mom. Yay, thanks, Mom! Well, I've heard that on the night of the crime you were all alone on security detail. And you have heard correctly, Your Honor. My specially made monocle was worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe were worth anything, that is. And why was this guy all by himself? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed that night. What does he have to say? It was approximately 1 in the morning, just after the date change. That is when my nemesis, the infamous Mask the Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So, you didn't get a good look at the criminal? My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to the things that fall within my own field of vision. But of course it's only natural. I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening. Well, Sir Old-Timer, allow me to explain. We're not speaking of any ordinary thief, but the king of thieves, the great Mask the Mask, my arch enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Very well. Proceed with cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Sure. This guy is so full of himself, Jesus. It was approximately 1 in the morning, just after the date change. So that would be 1 in the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, sir lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you then? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer. Mouse, please. Mouse. There we go, Jesus. I really need to get a new mouse. God dang it, that's getting very annoying, actually. Near the computer. Dang it. I right-clicked by mistake. So near the computer, huh? So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it? Up until this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, said the same yesterday, too. Gumshoe also said they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before. Precisely! That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure. Your pigeony head. Please, mouse. God. Okay. Yeah, I need a new mouse. The left click is now dying horrendously. In any case. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask the Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Dancingly descended? From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. What else? Okay, so in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Cool. Someone please come here and save me from this witness. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes. I hereby dub Ace Dunce. Ace Dunce. And just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. And you didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Well, that's the difficult part. How shall I put it? I saw his mask, and that is all I can recall. Well, that's not very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera at the ready. It captured his image quite perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony. Just drink a coffee to say no problem. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike, and when I awoke, he was gone. Hacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. That's certainly some impressive detective work. God, this mouse. Yeah, I need a new mouse. This is so stupid. There we go. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck upon the head? What? Actually, yes. By a fire extinguisher. And what happened then? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. So you see, you have no right to be looking down upon me, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. Oh, he may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part is severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then, 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. About this 30 minutes. Oh, my silver cord was loosened, and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying, Nick. I think he's just saying he was out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes? No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. God, just what is he going on about? There's something suspicious about Detective Atmey. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. Contradicts the evidence. What? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? No, I caught that too. Blah 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 blah, blah blah blah. Just before you could land a single strike. If you couldn't land a single strike, there's one piece of evidence that should not exist. And that's the brooch. There are signs on the brooch that it was ripped off. So it's like some form of a struggle occurred. Why would you say you did not even struggle to some degree? Mr. Atmey, could you please take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Yes, this belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch-nemesis Master Mask. It is, in point and fact, Master Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. Wonder how that happened. Haha, elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Ah! We can only deduce, then, that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person who was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atmey. Oh! Detective Atmey, you must have fought with the victim that night, with the thief that night. So then, why did you just lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, you do know that giving false testimony is a serious offense. No! Wait just a moment, Sir Old-Timer. Don't talk to me like I live in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? You talk too much, Maya. Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me, Mr. Godot. save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atmey, completely agree. Oh god, black screen, thank you. Yeah, we'll treat this as a good place to stop the episode, except that I had to go forward, so I can be here at the testimony. Oh. God, excuse me, sorry. Oh, too much talking from today at training and doing this, so, oh god. But yeah, we'll go ahead and continue on this in the next episode. Again, it's like 40 minutes, that's a nice sweet time. And we finally got to meet Detective Atmey, get Detective Atmey on the stand, so it's time to hear what he has to say about the case, and so far, why did he say there was no struggle? Don't know, we'll figure it out in a hot moment. For now, I gotta rest my voice, and because I got more training to do tomorrow, good luck to me, right? Oh boy. Later, everyone.